bosses, you know if you arrest their own truck, if they arrest my own truck, Ogun kill you. Bah! Kini Moshe. Custom with gun. Wetin I do? Wetin I do? Help me ask wetin I do. Nigeria to finish one come on until you explain it for you. The credit for this video goes to the same FIJ, Foundation for the Investigative Journalism. I will interpret afterward. Watch this. Custom officers are the ones who are begging in this video. The man that is holding somebody there is Dende, the man in that picture I just shown you now. Take a look. What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? He's threatening to kill me. Why? Seriously. Custom officer, they beg. He's threatening to kill me. What have I done? I was only doing my job now. And the other custom officers were begging, Alaji, please calm down, Alaji. He's the guy who is ranting and saying, you will regret that they transfer you to this place. You came here to stress me. You came here to stress me. There are more videos, but that's the one I can show to you now, okay? So that I don't kind of infringe on that beautiful work done by Fisayo. So if you want to see more, go on YouTube or go on Twitter and search for Fisayo Shoyombo. Excuse me, Fisayo Shoyombo or FIJ. The Foundation for the Investigative Journalism. The report is massive. You need to go and read it. It's not just about this guy. Nigerian customs are supposed to protect your borders. If you meet them at the airport, now begging, then they beg. If you see them at the borders, where they are supposed to keep Nigeria borders safe, right? They are the smugglers. When you look at the Nigerian Navy, they are supposed to be on the water, Abi. They are buying expensive patrolling boat, gunboat, and the rest of that to ensure that piracy on Nigeria water is totally eradicated. Piracy and pirates, crude oil thieves, smugglers, they are having field day on Nigeria waters because the people that are channeling and controlling that business of smuggling, they are also the Navy paid to prevent such. That's why you say, when people say na zoological republic, you're not supposed to get angry because zoo gets organization. If you go to zoo, have you been to zoo? Not Nigeria Zoo, even Nigeria Zoo. No, not Nigeria Zoo. Nigeria Zoo will traumatize you. Things are hard everywhere right now. So Nigeria Zoo will traumatize you. Have you been to zoo? But it's organized. Everybody day in own space. Monkey day in own space. Crocodile day in own pond. Lion day in own savannah there where they may arrange for them. Elephant day another way where they play with trees, right? Even fishes day inside water. They don't mix match them together. Nigeria is worse than a zoo. It is a compliment to call Nigeria zoo. So as we speak right now, it's nobody say you go hear anything after today. Oh, I have told you. Me talking about all these rots. is to just continue to show to you why people like us will never change our minds that Nigeria can work or we work. Because events like this are the proof to us that you cannot be doing the same thing again and again and expect a different result. Only a mad person will be doing same thing again and again and expect a different result. You cannot be enabling all this madness in your own small way or big way and then turn around and be like, maybe it's going to be different. It's never going to be different. So events like this are just to continue to solidify our faith, our strong faith that we made the right choice to continue to advocate for the peaceful dissolution of this contraption. If there is law and order, people like this won't stand with president. They will be in jail. So you're not going to hear anything about this again. In fact, probably the next time you're going to hear about this again is when the guy put out his posters that he wants to be the governor of Ogun State. Then you will now understand that the level at which Nigeria have sunk, very soon you'll now go discover crude oil. Say, they dig your grave. They dig. Nigerians and Nigerian criminals who are digging this grave, they don't give up. The way that they go down, the way Nigeria is going down, we'll now go discover crude oil soon. So yes, that is that. Igboro Daru, if you get business where they operate in northern Nigeria or interstate business, I have one advice for you. Do not continue this your food business from northern Nigeria, except if you are from northern Nigeria and maybe Middle Belt and all of that. If the level of hunger that they are trying to hide away from a majority of you is indeed known to some of you, you are going to heed my advice. So what happened is that as we woke up today, they said, prison break won't happen yesterday for Jos, for Plateau State. And it is not because some criminal want to break out. Baba, hunger new. Now hunger won't push prisoner commit. Then in fact, riot happened. The hunger is that the hardship that all of you are facing outside, it has now reached the people inside you. Make I give you some backstory. According to some people who have been doing their mathematics on how to survive Kolu, they came up with an idea that, listen, if you want to survive Kolu, you probably will need to eat 101 or maybe 010. That is your meal. There's nothing like 3 square meals. I have had somebody defending Tifnumbu who went on TV and asked people that who came up with the idea of 3 square meals, 3 square meal a day. Who came up with that? I don't know if you remember that video, right? Yeah, a guy went on TV in order to try to advise Nigerians to cut down their, manage their hunger. He said, wait, who came up with that idea of 3 square meals? You don't have to eat, so you don't have to eat 3 times a day. Once you eat once, it's okay. Why should you eat 3 times? That's the kind of Tifnubunomics ideologies, how to survive Tifnubunomics. However, people now said there is other way, okay? With the way the food, the way the food is so expensive right now. If you know you can't afford it, how about you go to jail? At least you'll be guaranteed free food. I remember when I actually shared that on this platform and I said, please don't take my advice, no go Nigeria prison, Because in Nigeria prison right now, it can't be like say people go they fall and die inside the prison itself. The owu way they blow, the shege bansa that is blowing everywhere. I told you, is very democratic. Yes, it is very democratic. And right now, it is not sparing those in prison. You can call it a double jeopardy. Yeah, they needed to be punished for whatever crime they've committed, right? But you don't punish people with hunger. That's why they revolted. inside prison. I don't know how they manage to tame them, but I think it's going to just be one-time lucky. The prison yard will not be lucky next time, because if the hunger is already taking care of them, they won't even fight. They will just say, Oma, you want to go outside there? Go outside there. To say, do you think it's easy outside there? You are here. We are still trying to give you small things that we can give you. You want to break out of prison. Oh, you go. When you get out there, you realize there's nothing there. Now you go return back. So maybe after a day or two, after you break out, if you break out of prison right now, I don't know if some of you in prison see my video. This is a brotherly advice. So if anybody is planning to break out of prison because of hunger, I advise you no follow them. Because in 2-3 days, now you go return back to the same prison and say, who are you? I say, open the gate. I say, who are you? Do you have an appointment? So no, I am one of those where miss road. Oh, you escaped 3 days ago. You are one of those who escaped today. No, escape. I don't know. I think I was jailwalking. I just find myself. I said, no, I don't belong here. I belong into. That's why I'm coming back to you, sir. Please open the gates. Because Shege, or who will they blow out there? Currently, it be like the coming of, it's like coming the coming of a storm on the IC. Go first, they blow. They give you sign. And by the time the team begin, go, you go no say, Shimole survive. You don't watch films where the storm will just, and before you, they don't turn the whole ship, That ship, put it as alive. That's exactly what these guys are doing to you. They will twirl your entire life. But then really, last one is just a preamble. So, the African Wahala has joined us. Brother, thank you. So, going forward, they said the people in Kaduna, they couldn't take it. Right now, in some places, you will go to see them be kidnappers, truck drivers. You will see people who go they rob you, and you go to see them be kidnappers. Now them go contact you, say, now food they look for. So if you have businesses carrying food, I don't know how you're going to probably do it, right? Because everywhere right now, if they see food for trucks, now free. I'm telling you, in Kaduna, they attacked the Dibua truck that they said was conveying noodles, Indomie noodles. And immediately they cited it last song. They formed human shield, human roadblock until the truck stopped. The moment the truck stopped, it didn't take them 5 minutes to unload the entire truck. Which kind of hunger go make people unload an entire 32 tire truck? Hunger, and it's not funny. Whoever is I mean, I have shown you videos, right? Where these kids are like going after any truck and every truck. If it's anything that has to do with food, they will lay it, they will stop it, and they will hijack it, empty the entire container. They won't touch the driver, touch the truck, or they will just say, oh, yeah, empty. That's the state where Nigeria is right now. So if you have businesses in this economy and you are bringing food from here, you need to be careful. Because even those who know they carry truck, in their businesses, they are declaring losses. Since them born me, Nigerian bureaus never declare losses. At a point, it became so annoying that everybody is complaining that they are poor. But the Nigerian bureau, they are declaring profit every now and then. Who they drink? Maybe like say the Shege Bansa don't hit everybody correct now. Nigerian bureau declares a loss. In my life, they declare losses. Now then you're going to say Shege. Some other companies are already leaving Nigeria, complaining about operational costs. They can no longer cope. You are seeing them. Unilever, all those drug manufacturing companies. Yeah, medicine. We're all leaving. Abi? Good. Here is another 2 companies that have also declared huge baba. Do you understand what it is to be a network provider? It be like say you they print money. Also for the first time, MTN, Unilever, which is a Nestle, they are declaring hundreds of billions of losses under this technonomics. Even though they are telling you, don't blame this, don't blame that, it's okay. So at a point, the moment these ones decided that we are leaving this place, it's not viable anymore. Remember when they used to tell you that Nigeria's population is your advantage? Now, what they have not told you is that that population has been so impoverished that population can barely buy anything. That number is useless to any investor. Let me explain that to you. Okay. In Nigeria, whether they pay you 30,000 naira minimum wage, 30,000 naira, and your exchange rate is 1,700 naira to $1. Are you with me? Now, that economy, you have majority of you, they said 90% of you does not have 500,000 naira in your bank account. Is that true? No, come on. That may be a little bit of a guess for them, but I don't think it should be a guess. Because they said a lot of you don't even have bank accounts. And for those of you who have bank accounts, they said 90% of you do not have 500,000 in your bank. And meanwhile, that 500,000 naira is actually no longer a huge money. It has been so devalued that it's absolute nothing, almost nothing. It's not like $500,000 or 500,000 pounds. You know, you know what I mean? So, since majority of you earn less than £1 a day, because £1 is like 2,000 naira. Here you get. So you must be earning more than, if I'm being generous, so you are earning less than £1 a day. Because let's say £1 a day would be 20,000, that's 60,000 naira a month. 30 pounds a month. You cannot be earning this, and then decide that you want to go and spend money, because you'll be more concerned about food and how to survive, Abby. You can't say you want to go and spend money at cinemas. You are taking your children for a joy travel and all of that, so you pay money into that place. You want to probably buy yourself a latest car. You can't. Majority of you can't. So your number is useless. A lot of you can't really afford anything. So what do you have next? You've resorted. Majority have now resorted into Tokumbo, Aloku, fairly use, London use, Boss Corner. What do you call that one again? What do you call that? BK, Boss Corner. They have a name for it. Grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. These are like third world kind of a thing. You cannot compare that with Chinese, who were also very poor 50 years ago. Then they came from that obscurity, and they lifted over 100 million of their people out of poverty. And today, poverty rate in China is almost like about 3%, 4% of Chinese are poor. And this is a country of 1.2, 1 point something billion people. You will find at least about 7 to 8 size of the fake population of Nigeria in China. So an average Chinese can possibly begin to save for homes. An average Chinese could be able to afford travel or other things that they can indeed feel like they're actually living the life based on the country they come from. You don't have that chance. Majority of you don't. And the few that have that chance, they are being watched by the majority like, how did they do it? How can they have that we can't have that? It is the unequal sharing of the resources of a country where minute number of people are in control of the chunk of that economy. So spending power, gets now big for nothing. They have made majority of you good for nothing. Nigeria, the largest, the most populated, blah, blah, blah in the world. Are you kidding me? Of what use is that? If you see 5 black people, 4 of them are Nigerians. So of what use is that? Of what advantage is that to you as somebody from Nigeria, other than that empty bragging? The poverty capital of the world that cannot afford to actually really have the good things that the rest of the world have, that gives them this, the great standard of living. So they created an economy that has made you poor, and you will keep being poor. You can't grow above it except you go rogue the illegal way. So it is a systemic setting. A lot of you are in school today. You are studying so hard, believing that you will change the world. Oh, look at you, innocent you. Oh, you are burning candles to read at night, ruining your eyesight because you must do well in this exam. You must do well because you must change the world. But this country, the economy they are building for you, is the one that is to keep you perpetually poor. Even though you are hoping that you're going to get it. You need to open your eyes. That's the point. Okay? You open your eyes and you pay attention to how much of these policies of these rogues are ruining you, limiting you, and denying you what you indeed deserves. And then on the other hand, they are telling you we are bringing investors. You're not bringing any investors if your country people know if you afford them. You can't afford something, but you are salivating on it. You cannot build an economy that actually put the money in the pocket of your people. You can't build an economy that put value in the pockets of the money in their pocket. Put value. I'll show you something because I brought this to my office. I'll show you. See, about 2 years ago, okay, when we did the naming of the naming parties, rather, the naming party for Yewande, my daughter. Some of you who are watching me, you came to that party then, right? And I'll keep using this as an example of what value means, okay? Now, I was paid some of this money. Some of them I kept them. They're just like, dollars, okay? Now, it's been there for 2 years. I never touched it. Now, you know something? Even if it's going to be there for 10 years, the day I pick this up and I say, you know what? I want to go and spend this now. The value, even if it's going to be losing any value because of inflation or anything, it won't lose the value that will make it so worthless that I'm going to have to be like, you know what? Let me just keep it as a souvenir. These criminals, even if you have not invested in anything, if you have not bought anything, you have only kept your money in your bank or whatever it is, without you touching it, they've already devalued it by so much percentage that that money is almost useless. That is the economy they are creating. That's the economy they tell you they are bringing investors. Who is going to go to a country where their currency is worthless and the citizens are so poor that they can't really afford to buy the services they are bringing? So you would have to kind of tailor. You have to package and tailor your business to suit the most poorest people on the surface of the earth. That's not something inviting. Do you not think? That's not something inviting. That's not something somebody who make money legitimately would love to go and give a shot. Except those who wants to come and take advantage of you, which is what Nigeria has become. You have no investors. You have loan sharks who are now working behind the scene as puppet masters for those who are making economic decisions in your country. Therefore, whatever they are told to do, they just say, when they tell them to jump, when they tell them to jump, they will say, how high do you want us to jump? But they will face their people under 75 degrees sun, and they will be wearing suits all packed, inside sun, sweating, speaking grammar that never changes anything, but make things worse. Value of currencies are built into what and what that currency is traded on. What is that backing of that naira? They don't care. You want investors, high rights, and you don't want substandard services or substandard products in a country where those in charge could not really think. You see, you need to invest in your people, right? If you want them to invest in the country. The money shouldn't go into the private pocket of rogues using different fronts to take all of them. Only to leave your people hanging. And then you are like, you just feel like they will figure it out. Oh, they'll figure it out. They always do. They'll figure it out. I mean, it's a shame that some of them also have their children who are born into all of this. And I feel so bad because the real victims of Nigeria failure are the children, the young ones who have to endure whatever economic state their parents or their guardians have been subdued or subjected to. Nobody talks more about them. Children. You do have no idea the damages this institutionalized, weaponized poverty has done to Nigeria or is doing to Nigeria. And these young people. A lot of you have no idea, but you should. Sincerely, you should. So yeah, if all these factors are not indeed addressed, every other thing is just, momentary or temporary. And that's why a lot of us will continue to remind you, is this what you want to do with the rest of your life? Is this how you want to live the rest of your lives? Hoping that something will happen one day? Asking God to come to your rescue because you just don't know what to do anymore? I mean, it's a question. I have chosen how I want to live my life and how I want to possibly, if I'm lucky, to end it. So I have a clue, I have an idea. But with these guys in charge, doing trial and error with your lives, I think the decision should be yours to make. Like, is this how you want to live it? Is this how you want to actually end it? So Pastor Kumuyi believes that it is time for us to begin to give back. We are building universities. We are building this. We are building that. The people that we believe we are building them for are dying of hunger. I support this message. Pastor Kumuyi, I want more of this. But why is he talking like this? Is this how he normally talks? I don't know. I mean, I just feel somehow like it's weird. I love the message. Okay? And I don't really like the messenger, but I love the message. I think you should listen to Oti Doju and saying.
Look at all this offering we're collecting. This church has silver and gold. I learned of a preacher somewhere. They were having their church service. And he said, now, we're going to collect offering. If you have 10,000 naira, raise up your hand. 20,000, raise up your hand. 50,000, raise up your hand. And they were faithful. They raised up their hands. 10,000, I can give. 20,000, I can give. 50,000, I can give. They said, okay, raise up your hand. They raised up their hands. They stood up. He said, now that 10,000, that 20,000, that 50,000, go and give to the poor in your community. I lost my audience. Praise the Lord. All the offering is not just church. There are poor people around. There are unemployed people around. There are indigent people around. But we must build our campground, DLICC. I understand. We must build. We're going to build. But while you're building, your neighbors are dying. Your neighbors who do not have anything to feed themselves. And your fellow brother, your fellow sister has nothing to send children to school. We'll build DLICC, Deeper Life International Conference Center, but will not throw our hands up in the air. All the offering we can give, we've given to DLICC building, and we can now be at ease and allow our members to die of hunger and to be so destroyed because they have nothing, and we have the money. And what if this church, like we used to do in the olden days, good old days, that we reserve an amount of money aside for charity, that will say, as we're giving, we allocate this amount to the building of DLICC. We allocate this amount to building the district church. The district church we're building, are we not building for people? The people we're building for, they're dying of hunger, malnutrition, starvation. Let's budget. End of the year, we're coming to the new year. Let's budget part of the money. Millions of our currency to take care of the people. In fact, which one comes first? Let's say your house is leaking and you have your mother dying. How will you spend? Will you first mend the leaking roof or take care of your mother? Which one will you do first? We should give priority to members of our church, even those who are not members, and we know them and we can contact them. Silver and gold. Now we have silver and gold. You know, and sometimes even myself, we travel around, and as we travel around, you know, some of the governors and some of the people, they appreciate what is happening. They say, Pastor, we know you always give everything to the church. This one, we're giving you directly. And so I cannot say, honestly, silver and gold, I have none, I have some. And I'm not going to give everything to the building of DLICC. I'm looking for those who are hungry. I'm looking for those who are dying. I'm looking for those who are impoverished in their lives. And some of the money will go to them. If you know them, tell your coordinator. Tell your group pastor. Tell the people, so that we will not be guilty of giving all the money to a building that will not be raptured when Christ comes. Christ is coming to rapture.
What shall I say unto the Lord?
Yes, Lord.
All I have to say,
Thank you, Lord.
what
shall I say? Thank you,
Lord.
Thank you, Lord. And so we, the poor, now so we they sing now when we receive that message in the trenches. That time, it was earlier. It wasn't a new message. It was a message from sometimes in January. We're just like, what shall we say unto the Lord? Abba said, I know. Somebody said the way he speaks irritates them. I don't know if that's the way he speaks. That's why I don't want to, I don't know. The way he kind of, the way he talks is, but at least we heard him. Sure, you understand. But when he said, silver and gold, I cannot say I have none. I have. But give me the poor people, the sick, the hungry. I want to give this. He said he met with, when I travel about, I met with governors, and they said, this we are giving to you. It's for you, not for the church. So now I need you to get me poor people. Give me sick people. Send them to me. I want to give them this money. I'm not going to give them everything. Baba only Baba. If they talk and they separate them, may they not go misquote them. Stolen money that they give and say me they pray for them. Any politician where they give pastor money, now stolen money they give them. That prayer no go be answered. Nigeria is already sort of appeared to have been a cursed country anyway. Because if Nigeria is not cost, and listen, no, Nigeria is a cost country, and the costs on Nigeria are the criminals that are ruining the country that you see. You call them leaders. Those are the costs upon Nigeria. So when they steal money and they give them to Afar and they give them to pastor and they ask the pastor to pray for them, you don't need, the prayer will not be answered. And also that they control you. I am happy that he said it. That's the message I actually wanted you to hear. Yeah, that's the one I wanted you to hear. Some of you didn't even hear that. Did you? Did you? You didn't. Or you didn't probably see it that way. You were just listening to that food. Everybody, food. Everybody, what you mean you started hearing they want to give the money, I want to see them. Now, so you focus. You forgot the part where he said, I travel, I met governors, they give me something, they say, put this one, it's for you. So, silver and gold, I cannot say I have none, I have. Now I want to share some of them with you and the rest of that. That is the where they manage to control you. And after all those nocturnal nighttime meeting, dead of the night meeting, with all the ruiners and destroyers of Nigeria, Baba Ogun enter church the following day. Buburu Kutusara, praise God. They say, hallelujah. Baba is in spirit today. They just pay him. He met with one of the agents of the darkness last night. The people that have ruined your finance, ruined Nigeria, mortgage Nigeria. They just met last night. They don't pay him. He don't come this morning. He said, "Now, Spirit, I come with the Holy Spirit today. The Spirit is entering me today. Today, you go see miracle." Then you begin to hear them say, "We need to pray for this country. We must pray for our leaders. Our leaders deserve our prayer. In Canaan, in the land of Judas, in the kingdom of nonsense, shall they go and begin to threaten you? They go to threaten you with Bible verses, with Quranic verses sometimes. They go to threaten you. You go come be like say, hey, wow. So am I not the one with the cause problem for Nigeria now? Pastor Simon will pray for our leaders. I didn't pray for them. Maybe not me they caused it. That's how they work to brainwash you. That's how they tell you that they are organizing 21 days prayer session for Nigeria. So people will not get job. They will say, you can't pray for Nigeria. So 21 days, you are busy asking your sky daddy to give you job inside the warehouse that they sold and turned to church. You see, this place look familiar. Is this not the same place they sacked us the last time because the business got liquidated? The owners were going abroad and they sold the place. So now church then sell them for. Hey, wonderful. Now see all of us, when they sack for this stuff, for this place. So now all of us come gather here. Now they pray for employment. They close our eyes, spend 21 days fasting and prayer. They ask God to open heaven and give us job inside the former warehouse where thousands of people used to work. You get that? You go to scream, you go to shout. They ask God to look at you, look down on you. Do something in my life. Do something new in my life. Something new. You go there, they shout. You didn't know that your own Baba Gio is part of those who have kept you under that bondage. To balance the job, keep their minds busy, water their mind with all the goodies and all the beautiful things that their sky daddy will do for them. Do not let their mind be in a single place where they will discover that we are the ones behind all of this. Pastor, here. Then the pastor will enter and say, then they begin to put them on. All those things now just taking coffee demo. Like you put demonstration, you had them to the jazz where you they do. So it go look like, say, like put drama to it. You are there. They occupy your mind for hours, telling you stories that has nothing to do with your life. And they would also put in your mind the imaginary devil that has made it difficult for you to get married. The imaginary devil that has been affecting your business. The imaginary devil that has made it impossible for your wife to get pregnant. The imaginary devil that wants to be killing all your children. The imaginary devil. All these things, they put them in your head. And you are seated there, you are shouting, blood of Jesus. Hey, blood of Jesus. Meanwhile, what they are doing is that they are programming you, get you so busy and occupied. You will never have time to actually see all the criminals as those behind all your travail. And it's been a work that they've done successfully for a while. And I did program on that many times. Pastors, politicians, and their policies. And the people, say the people, pastors, politicians, and their policies. How you get played and gamed by the same system that you, well, what they do is that they kind of tap into your vulnerability. They know a lot of you are so godly. Once you want to have any Nigerian on your side, not all of them, Nigerians who love God, if they do so, yeah, just drop God. Oh, Baba, God knows best, Sijare. You go disarm half of the people inside that room, the typical Nigerians. They go agree with you. That's true. Oh, that's true. Baba, nobody, God knows everything. At that point, there's no point in critical thinking anymore. Why do you want to think? They say, God will do it. God knows it. Let's leave everything to God. So are you saying you are smarter than God? Now, their fight could start. When you now tell them that, my friend, leave God out of it. This is not about issue of God or God this thing. Let's face our problem. And their fight could start. You go see typical Nigeria. The moment ago, he's tired of the whole thing. He can't think. He's too weak and too tired to think out of there. And the next thing he's going to tell you is that and everything. Yeah, God will shall come and help us, Isha. I'm not taking a piece, okay? I have seen people because I consider that as like weakness. And a lot of you say that subconsciously. My Ogun. Anyway, God will help us, Sha. At that point, don't say anything further because fuse can blow in their head. They can't think any further anymore. They are already overwhelmed by the entire failed system. And they cannot. So when you drop God in there for them, everything else can go and settle. But there are some of us that, well, you can't just drop God anyhow. Wala go there. We'll tell you, say, I'm gonna leave God out of it. I will stand by it and say, we say leave God out of it. You the crazy, leave God out of it. No, why would you saying we should leave God? Leave God, because we believe that only weak minds try to use that easy way out and say, let's leave it for God. Of course, it might look like there's nothing you can do. You are helpless, you are hopeless, you are kind of, there's nothing you can do, of course. But there's no point in thinking there is one God that would then do it for you because you feel like there's nothing you can do. It doesn't work that way. That is the narrative that we want to change, especially for our own young people, young minds. The reason why Nigeria is not working is because it is programmed never to work. Do you understand? Now, if you who are going to be the victim, who are indeed the victims, do not see it clearly, well, we will speak directly to those who see it clearly. So this is where I'm going to draw my curtains as well tonight. And we're supposed to take calls, okay? But I am just going to use this early finish, all right? To do some tidying up in here, which has to do with other future production. So I am so sorry that we didn't have all our full time, okay? But I am going to see you next time. In fact, if you have time tomorrow, it is the same time from 12 noon UK time. You can have a brunch with me. Yes, it's actually weekend as well, right? You can have a brunch with me. Let's have a gist of what's going on. In fact, you can put through your call that you might want tonight. Then. So I will see you some other time. As you all go to bed tonight, just remember the one or two things you've managed to pick from here tonight. And don't let them go to waste. Because every day, the rotten system will continue to remind us that it cannot be helped. It has to go. And when we all agreed and finally understand why we must agree to just go our separate ways peacefully, now that it is still pretty much better before it becomes more bloodier, we believe a lot of you will eventually do the right thing. Until then, we'll keep trying. I will see you again. You have a wonderful evening. Good night.
òdòdó.
Máyégún dáyàrí náà ibi nọ́mbà wán.
Máyégún ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Máyégún dáyàrí náà ibi nọ́mbà wán.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Máyégún dáyàrí náà ibi nọ́mbà wán.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún já wa sí.
Máyégún dáyàrí náà ibi nọ́mbà wán.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún dáyàrí náà ibi nọ́mbà wán.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí.
Máyégún dáyàrí náà ibi nọ́mbà wán.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún dáyàrí náà ibi nọ́mbà wán.
Máyégún dáyàrí pòlítíkò.
Máyégún dáyàrí náà ibi nọ́mbà wán.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún.
Máyégún dáyàrí náà ibi nọ́mbà wán.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Máyégún dáyàrí náà ibi nọ́mbà wán.
Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdó.
Máyégún dáyàrí náà ibi nọ́mbà wán.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Prẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Ayé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Ha! Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé.